All right, so here is our last video on logical fallacies. These are common logical fallacies, 9 of them that you'll see in everyday language. You'll see in the news, you'll see in articles. And so once we identify them, we can realize it's not good reasoning. These shouldn't be used. Even though they might be arguing a claim that is true or good, they're not good ways to arrive at a claim. And we'll see why for each of them. So the first one is ad hominem, which means to the person. It denotes attacking a person making the argument. So Jane says that whales aren't fish, but she's only in second grade, so she can't be right. Okay. This information might be true. She might be only in second grade, but that still doesn't, that has nothing to do with the argument, the person, right? So you have to focus on what the content of the argument is. So making a person look bad by unrelated things to the argument. That's ad hominem. So next is appeal to ignorance. I'll make this a little bigger. About appeal to ignorance says that something is true because it hasn't been proven false. Nobody has proven a photo isn't a Bigfoot, so that photo must be Bigfoot, right? So that's just ignorant. There could be other options, right? Just because it hasn't been proven false, it doesn't mean it's true. So that's appeal to ignorance. Appeal to authority, using someone's authority to make a claim. Like, yes, I might have my PhD, but that is not the reason for me to make a claim, right? I have to talk about the content of the ideas. So, like, I'm not saying anything I'm teaching in this course is because I have a PhD. No, it's because we've thought about it carefully and we've developed sound reasoning for it. So here's another example. A diet high in bacon can be healthy because Dr. Atkins said so, right? Using Dr. Atkins' thought or philosophy to make a claim doesn't justify the claim still. Okay, so with appeal authority, look at the reasoning behind the claim and what's being said, like why is it being said? And if it's because of authority, then that's a fallacy. Doesn't mean authority can be used to put context on what someone's saying. And if my doctor tells me something, I'm going to take it in a different way than if someone, like my 2-year-old child tells me something, right? But still, authority does not actually prove an argument. Okay, so next is appeal to consequence. This is when you want something to be true. So that's a good reason for it to be true because it's desirable. Humans will travel faster than light. Faster than light would be beneficial for space travel. Okay, just because it's beneficial doesn't mean it's true. You study physics. The universal speed limit is the speed of light. Nothing can go faster than light. So in identifying appeal to consequence arguments, again, look at the reasoning behind it. And if the reason is that it would be desirable, then that's appeal to consequence. You can identify that and be careful about that. So false dilemma, I think this is an easier one to identify. It's looking at an either or argument without allowing for additional options. So either the lights in the sky were airplanes or aliens. There are no airplanes scheduled for tonight, so it must have been aliens, right? Well, there could have been other options. Yeah. So sometimes people use false dilemma just by drawing your attention to a specific set of cases. Salesmen use this a lot, so that you forget maybe there are other options that you haven't considered. Okay, next is circular reasoning. This is when you use the conclusion as reason for the premise being true. I shouldn't have gotten an A in the class. I'm an A student. I shouldn't have gotten a C. I'm an A student. Okay, the reason why I shouldn't have gotten a C is because I'm an A, but A student. But the reason for getting a C depends on me being an A. The reason I would get a grade would depend on on getting an A. So circular reasonings are easy to get tripped up on, and it usually involves rephrasing something in a negative, but it's really the same thing as saying not the positive, you know? Okay, so I think those are one of the trickier ones. Post hoc, this is easy to identify. Post hoc means post hoc ergo proper hoc means after this, therefore because of this. So because two things happen in sequence is a reason to think maybe one caused the next. I wore a red shirt today, so my football team won. Thus, I should wear my red shirt every day to make them win. Okay, there was a sequence of events that happened, and that sequence can naively be used to assume there's some kind of cause going on. So similar to post hoc is correlation does not imply causation. So when there's two things that happen at the same time, it doesn't necessarily mean they cause each other. So how about this? Months with high ice cream sales have high rates of death by drowning. Therefore, ice cream must cause people to drown. Now, there might be some kind of mediator, like it's hot outside. So it's not directly ice cream causing deaths. But this correlation is not causation. It's something we all just need to drill into our heads. If you haven't heard before, it's a good mantra when you're dealing with people making causative claims. Correlation does not necessarily imply causation. And last is straw man. This is building up the argument to make it seem less favorable. So you're building up a straw man is something that you would build that's easy. Straw is easy to burn. So you build it up, make it look bad, and then burn it down. Senator Jones has proposed reducing military funding. Okay, there's the argument. Let's make it look bad. Apparently, he wants to leave us defenseless against attacks by terrorists. Okay, so there could be other reason for this, but if we make the argument look bad, that's using a straw man argument. All right, so these are 9 logical fallacies. Now you can practice identifying some common fallacies. I think these are a lot of fun. And one of the portfolio problems is you can make up your own logical fallacies. It's a good one. All right. So thank you for following. We will see you for our last class after this video. Take care.